is literally a professional in this industry. Somebody who has built massively in his career, has made millions of dollars, but more importantly, blessed so many people. At one point in his career, and probably more, I mean, I'm sure he's been in more than one company, I'll let him share his story, but he's had 80,000 plus in his team. Think about this, guys. Imagine if 80,000 people bought one product a month. Okay? So, how many people want to have a business like that? Yeah. Okay, so if you have to go to the bathroom, cross your legs. And if you do, make sure you're recording. Okay? But please help me stand. Stand your feet. Help me welcome Todd Smith to the front of the room, please. Hey, listen, I thought that was exceptional. Those are some true nuggets. So, you know, one thing before I even get started, what is most important is thank the pioneers that are here giving of their time freely to you. The reality to it is this is one of the only models I've ever seen in my professional career where people will serve you for free. Yeah. Just think about it. You've got millionaires in the room that are saying, listen, if I was out on the outside world, the money that you would spend to acquire my time as a consultant would probably be astronomical, right? And they're equipping you by giving the time to you freely. That's called the spirit of reciprocity. They're giving you something because they already feel the blessings upon them. Does that make sense? Yes. So listen, say thank you real quick for those that have. What is also important, and everybody in this room, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you all, but I give myself fully to you and I submit myself in the most humble way I can so that you would hear my heart. Is that okay? Yes. I think it's important for you to know a backdrop because what I want to be is relatable. I don't want you to hear me sit up here and tell a story and you think, you know, that's just another movie. That's fictional. The truth of the matter is I'm just like you. I grew up in a small town. I'm a country guy. And was taught good work ethic. And I was grateful that I had great role models in my life to tell me that if one man or woman can, so can another. Well, there's men and women in this room. So what you've heard today so far of those portrait of success, you're in this room. It could be you if you want it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So listen, what I want you to do, and I know probably we're all of a similar age, I give you permission to believe. I'm just saying, I rebuke the fact that outside there, if you have a job, that's a blessing. If you have a job, thank you for paying my bills. But the reality is, this is not a secret. This is a message that we're trying to give to you to tell you this is real. I don't care what your age is currently, you have the right to re-navigate your ship. You can change direction. So what I want you to do, just look at your friend to the left and the right and say, I give you permission to believe. Do that for me. How many people believe that? How many people believe that if one man or woman can do, so can I? Can you see me by your hands? What's interesting is you might get into this opportunity by yourself, but you're not in here for yourself. You're not in here by yourself. You're here with people that have seen it, done it, and want to pay it forward and give you the ability to partake in what this opportunity will give. That's fair, right? Yes. So listen, I do this just for the pure reason of edification. It's important, and probably she'll get mad at me, but I like my wife, Stephanie, to come up here for 1 minute. And the reason why I want her to come up here is I think that what you need to hear is from somebody who married a guy like me, who had a career, who grinded it out every single day to try to make $60,000 to $80,000 a year. By that way, in 20 years, I would have made $1 million. If I stayed faithful working my job, $60,000 to $80,000, I would have made $1 million in 20 years. So this is my wife, Stephanie. Can you guys say hello? She said something to me earlier. She didn't know how much time we'd have, but I think for you in the room, ladies, this is the golden nugget. For you, I want you to know my wife. Speaks wisdom. And I want you to know, she said, I have something I want to say. And I said, well, I got 15 minutes. But I think I'll give up. Over. No, listen, what I want to make sure and say this. Because I believe that there's a scripture in the Bible, Luke 12, for it is the very moment I am to speak. Lord, let it be your words that leave my lips, not mine. So I'm prompting to that and letting my wife say, hey, what's on your heart? So go ahead.
Wow, way to set me up with a little emotion, right? No, so here's the story. The phrase I want to say is, what if? What if this actually works? And so what I want to share to you is, and Todd alluded to it a little bit, is about belief. Back in 2005, when he was first introduced to this industry, we were just working people. We both had jobs, we had kids, and I was extremely skeptical, okay? Anybody know skeptics, friends, family? Okay, imagine living with them, okay? Coming home every day to the person that it was just, it's not gonna work, it's fake, no one's ever successful, nothing. But guess what? Praise God, he didn't listen. He actually probably went on a mission to prove me wrong. And he made a goal. And I said, I don't even want to try the product. Don't tell me nothing about it. You just do your thing. And when this doesn't work out, then I'll be the one that says it doesn't work out. So that's exactly what he did. And so I will say he worked at it, and he did what they say to do. He just, back then we used to say, invite, taste, and share. So we're just out there sharing the product, inviting people, and showing them the opportunity, and that's exactly what he did. 4 months in, he was actually being recognized. He had moved up the ranks to Ruby. I knew nothing. I didn't even know what that meant. He begged me, please, you have to come to an event with me. I don't know anything about this. He goes, but you're my wife, and people need to see that we're together. And I'm like, but we're really not together. But I went kicking and screaming. Matter of fact, he had even lined up. I couldn't even use kids as an excuse. He had already lined up the babysitter. Okay? No joke.
Overcoming objection.
No joke. So I went. But let me tell you that. Believe it or not, showing up in a room like this with people, sharing their heart, sharing their belief, it inspired me. It actually got me to think, why am I so skeptical? Well, 2 things. One was I was uninformed. I never actually took the time to learn about this industry. This is relational marketing. We talk about restaurants, we talk about clothing, we talk about movies all the time. We never get paid for it. So now we have something that's actually doing good for people. Why not get out and talk about it? So my uninformed and my insecurities, I had to learn to overcome those. And let me tell you, in this industry, what taught me to overcome my insecurities were things just like this. Coming, listening to other people share their hearts, real people just like he and I, and believing. And praise the Lord, I finally jumped on board, and I did tell him. So we were in that industry for seven years, changed our life. Hear me when I say this, it's real. Everyone in this room has the ability to make as much money as they want to make, and it will truly change your life. And when we took a little break and we decided to come back, I said, I'm going to be in from day one.
So, on reference of that Luke 12:12, look it up if you want. So much to be said, but I want to honor the time of our host. You need to know what kind of business you're in. And if you don't know that, you should really do your due diligence to learn. You are in business. So the first critical thing that you have to do is shift your philosophy from being an employee to an owner. You have to do that. Because if not, if you owned your own business and you had the key to the door of that business and you didn't show up, you're out of business. So I'm telling you today that as an employee, you have a security because you have this guaranteed 9 to 5, which is not really a guarantee. But the truth of the matter is, if you would ask yourself this, how many people, and I want to know this just so it helps me navigate my points, how many people in the room own a business right now? Raise your hand. Turn around, everybody looking, pivot your head like a squirrel, or an owl, whatever. And then listen, how many of you are employees but do not own a business? Raise your hand. I'm talking to you. And you'll be surprised. Even people who have been in this industry for so long, they didn't know the business of the business. They don't know it. The reality of it is this. As an employee, you are basically told on a daily basis what your value is. And in that point, you've negotiated a contract to perform a service or duty to get paid. what you're worth based on your employer's position. So you're basically being hired as a wholesale price, and you're being sold at your contributing points or your skills or your asset is being resold out there at the retail value, right? That's what we do, whether it's a job or a task or your brains or surgery, whatever. But the truth of the matter is, if you are valuable enough for somebody to employ you, why would you not employ yourself? Woo. I'm going to say that one more time. If you've had a great lifelong career of an employee, a devoted employee, you're fully secure in your employment with people, why would you not see enough value to employ yourself? That's what I'm asking you. And so what I want you to know is the wave of the future is for you to find or pursue an opportunity that will deliver you to the destination of where you want to go, which is called freedom. And ask yourself this question: if what I'm doing today is going to get me to the destination of freedom, then I'm just going to keep doing it. But if you do not see your destination, why don't you change your attitude? Why don't you change your effort? Why don't you change your philosophy? Is that fair?
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you permission to believe, okay? So what kind of business am I in? Well, the reality is this is leveraging relationships. So if you don't have a lot of friends, you might want to read a few books. The truth of the matter is this business is going to grow based on how you edify and serve people. Ask yourself this question. When I meet people, I had to discipline myself, but I try when I meet people to impart one thing in them that when I walk away, I hope that they say, man, that guy made me feel better about myself. If you're not that person, you need to read a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Seriously. And I'm not saying that to be critical of you, because I'm applying the very thing that was important for me. And then listen to people. Study people that emulate the profound appearance and the profound efforts of being a quality, gifted, caring person. Yeah. And then you surround yourself with those people because it's going to make you a better person. See, you want to be the magnet to people. People should be drawn to you. Why? Because you have something to give, right? So in this is a servant business. By the way, when you get involved in this business, you need to know this is a volunteer business. So you can't command the troops. They have to feel compelled or led to be in this with you.
That's good.
So you have to have that philosophy, okay? I'm going to go through this real quick. There's so much to say, honestly. Servants succeed in this business.
Yeah.
Selfish people sink.
Yeah.
If you are self-fulfilling or it's about you first, you're not going to do so well. But the good news is there's a book, and you can change your philosophy of yourself. The most successful people inside this model are ones that will give of their time, of their wisdom. See, the veterans that have been involved in the industry before, they've paid for some lessons. Some not so expensive, some extremely expensive. And all they're trying to tell you is, hey, don't do that. I've already bought that lesson. The greatest tragedy of our time is to allow people to repurchase bad lessons. So in this business, in this community, in our family of the Say, we're going to give you wisdom of lessons we may have bought that we don't want you to buy.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep you away from the steps and the snares. Don't treat this as a vocation. That's basically going back to the employee-employer mentality. Vocation is your job, and thank you, Lord, that you get to have one. You need to become from vocation to advocation. You are an advocate of something that is life-changing. I tell people all the time, what I have can, if by the process of the products and what they are, I'm an advocate for them, and I'm an advocate for them. I don't sell anything. I advocate good news of wellness, the purest form. And the truth of the matter is, I can't say a story, statement, or phrase to change your life, but these products, if you should take them, they'll touch it, every cell of your body.
That's right.
So, what do you want? Are you worth it? Do you deserve it? So reality to it is you are an advocate of your own business. You need to take ownership of your business. And ask yourself as an owner, if you don't turn the lights on and open the door every day, what kind of business are you going to have? So then that links me to the fact of a business owner. The business of the business is, what is your motivation? If it's purely money, that's going to be very short-lived. I want you to look at the people that you're doing it for. That's your fuel. I tell people, this is a business in a box. You have to be the fuel. Turnkey, this is the vehicle. You have to bring the fuel. So ask yourself, who is important to me? Why am I doing this? What is my motivator? The reality is, once you catch that, It is life altering. It will change your life. And then you'll be that magnet. People will be drawn to you. You will meet exceptional class, world-class leaders. And they all have a common denominator, that they put others before themselves. You never hear them talking about their goals. You hear them talking about your goals. When you call, they answer. They'll deliver. Because they're emulating what it takes to be committed. You know, when you sponsor somebody in this business, should God give you a good person to bring into the business? Now you have a responsibility. It's like birthing a child. You ever tried not to feed your child?
It just doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. They're going to let you know something. They're going to start crying. Well, in this business, you sponsor somebody into this business and you sell them the dream and then you abandon them, they're going to scream. It's our job to defend and protect this industry. Vaseo has such a stellar foundation. The people that formed it, funded it, and created it is drawing type of leadership that's unprecedented. So much so that it got my wife and I to come out after a 7.5-year retirement. Why? Because we were addicted to helping people be the best version of themselves. Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is pursue people. Everybody needs to be edified. We live in a society where they want to tell you everything that's bad about you, what's wrong about you. But you come in this room, we're going to give us a few minutes to spend time with you. The leadership and the people that are truly committed to this business are going to build you up. You're going to walk out feeling better about yourself. Your job is your vehicle to work. This is your vehicle to freedom. How many people in this room know 2 people who could benefit from this product? And is it fair to say that those 2 people know 2 people that could benefit from these products?
Yes.
So you are the gateway, you are the advocate, you are the messenger. I tell people all the time, in building this opportunity, what I want you to know, and Mario said something about it earlier, he said 64% of the revenues of this company that comes in goes back out to the brand base, the people that are advocating on a daily basis. So what you need to know is, instead of hiring a high-paid celebrity endorsement, a billboard, an advertisement, a radio, TV, we bypass all that marketing and we bring it right to you. You're the ones getting paid for communicating. If you're not getting paid much, you're just not communicating much.
It's good.
And don't draw into people just because you think they want to be in business. Start off with the product, because there's not a statement, story, or phrase that I or anybody in this room could make to deliver what these products will deliver to you. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Let the products do their job. You be a product of the product. Benefits of being a 1099 versus a W-2. This is the business. You all need to know that the reality is, the minute you said yes to the person that brought you to this opportunity, and whatever you agree to invest, that 100% is your startup cost, and it is 100% tax deductible. Just so you know that. Not only did you get to purchase it for an opportunity of a lifetime, you have the ability to consume the products and get better health. You need to be a product of the product. Sometimes you don't need to tell anybody. They're going to look at you. And I see some people in this room that are fairly new to the business, and I see them that they've been faithfully consuming the products. And you don't have to say a whole lot. When people see you, they go, something different about you. Mm-hmm. You look good. Yeah. Why? Glad you asked. Right? Yeah. So the reality is, you got to be a product of the product. My most important thing that I tell you is that you can't sell somebody something if you don't represent what that something is. And what I mean by that is, if you're not carrying yourself, my dad taught me a long time ago, says, you don't know who you're going to meet today, so dress up for important people. Yes. You don't know who you're going to meet. Inside this room, I didn't want to wear a coat. I've been in here before. I know it gets hot. But watch this. How many people in this room, I would assume all, or is anybody in this room that's not a Vaseo brand partner? Raise your hand. Just one. So I'm talking to you, okay? And I mean this very sincerely. Two of you. Let me explain something to you.
Lock the door.
When you got into this business, you should be all in, right? If you want 100% of what it has to offer to you, then give 100%. If you want 10%, then give 10%. But it's a face value opportunity. Okay. So I'm telling you, this is a business model where it's the true leverage does take effect. But I also want to ask you this question. Are you guilty? Because we're talking 1099 versus W-2. How many people have a business card that says Vaseo on it? By a show of hands, if you're a brand partner and you don't have this card, you're not really fully in business, because this is what allows me to leave footsteps in and footsteps out. I mean, I've had lunch with some very seasoned professionals. And you know me, I'll put my card out in 2 minutes, regardless of who's buying the meal. Why? Because it's a discipline of mine, a behavioral habit to let people know I'm proud of this brand. So I tell people all the time, I'm in business. I'm in the supplement business, the wellness business. And if you don't have one of these, do yourself a favor and go online and order them, because you need them to represent the brand that's going to be above most all brands. The next thing I tell you about business that you need to know is when you get involved, people, we're talking about this a few weekends ago at Charlie's, but the truth of the matter is you really don't need to form an LLC or a separate business until you're a solid gold or above. It's just personal revenue coming in, but what I will tell you from day one, and my wife knows this about me, I hate receipts. My wife knows. She's like, I don't know, if you might lose one or two. I'm pretty good. I keep every receipt for anything I spend on. But I have one credit card that is for my business. I have my personal card for household groceries or whatever. Keep your business transactions here. For those of you that are not business owners, open up one account that funds this business, because that allows you to track what you have to fully deduct on your taxes. See, a lot of you, how many people in the room have a phone, a cell phone? Raise your hand. How many people you have a cable, internet, Wi-Fi? Yeah, how many people have a laptop? Before this business, you couldn't write that off, but now you can. So I just found you $250 a month that covers your LCP. Wow. And by the way, that LCP that you buy with that money you just found, or I helped you find it, that money right there is claimable on your taxes. You actually will come out ahead. So I'm just being honest with you. There's discretionary capital laying around your house that you guys don't even realize is a tax deduction. How many people drove here today? Can I see your hands? How many people that drove here have a sticker on their car that says Viseo? CBD. 100% tax deductible. You have to be guilty as charged. So I'm trying to tell you, I have an app, which I don't know if you do this or not. I have an app called TaxBot. Or you can have one called Deductor. And when the minute I get in my car and I drive, it starts tracking mileage. And then it categorically puts it aside, and I have a history of where I've been. If I buy fuel, I take a picture of it, and it categorically puts it in that trip. It's the easiest way to find out how much money I'm really spending that I get to reclaim. How many of you get to write your gas off that are not business owners? How many of you would like to write your fuel off, because it's one of the most expensive things you'll fund to drive a vehicle? Well, congratulations. If you're guilty as charged as a Viseo brand partner, you get to write the fuel off. Yeah. Matter of fact, you want to quantify this a little further, you need to actually carry a little package of product with you wherever you go. That's the other part about being guilty, because if I open up your door and there's not a single product in there, you're not guilty. You got to have product, because the opportunity might present itself. I might meet somebody that's sharp that I'd like to impress, right? And I'm gonna have an opportunity to communicate to them. And now I also have this, and what else do I have? Business card. Come on, we all do business on a daily basis. You want to take somebody serious that doesn't present you with a business card? Yeah. So I'm just being honest. And by the way, the business cards are a write-off too. So I have this product, and when I go to lunch if I have product. I set this in the middle of the table like it's a vase. Like a nice dressing on the table. That's what I call the gavel. That's to bring the business meeting to order. If you go and eat with me, we're going to talk about business. You know what I'm saying? Because I want the meal. I want to write it off. So if within 25 miles of where you live, if you talk about business, you can write off 50% of your meal. If you are traveling outside of 50 miles, you better have to be branded. See, I got my shirt. My shirt's a write-off. If you don't have this name on your shirt, it's not a write-off. Large. You can have it. My wife, they made me wear it. I hate it really. But, well, because my wife, listen, I'm just going to be real with you for a minute. I'm a country guy. I like baggy shirts. I just like to be comfortable. So my wife always is trying to get me to wear large shirts. I'm an XL. Right? But listen, so listen, thank you, because you've seen me from the beginning. I lost 17 pounds. And listen, only reason why I'm telling you that is I can't be a hypocrite. How can I advocate on behalf of these products and I'm not representative of what they're doing? You don't have to say a whole lot for people to see, man, your skin looks good. My wife, man, she just had a birthday. She's young. But what I want you to understand is my wife looks great, man. Great. And she'll tell your story. She might have lost a couple pounds. But all I want you to know is, I'm going back to the business deductions, okay? Be guilty as charged. This is your freedom, guys. This is your freedom. I've been around some of the best. I am by far not even close to being in that realm. But I don't mind telling you that I have studied the best. Charlie Calv, you're going to hear from him a little bit. That represents and emulates everything about networking that I wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
And so I will tell you that there's wisdom in this room. There's wisdom inside the field of business as they learn. I can't tell you how to make money as a black diamond. They can. Don't ever ask somebody to tell me how to go to diamond, and I'm not even there. If you want to know how to make that business, you go to the person that matches that pin. Seriously, no, this is not a philosophical conversation. This is me telling you, if you want to know how to go diamond, ask Mario, ask Charlie. Outside of that. But there's also a story I'm going to tell you for those of you who need encouragement. I know that they've advanced in rank pretty quick. But they've been doing it a while. So it took Mario 10 years to go diamond because he's gathered his wisdom from everything he's done before. Yeah. Charlie's been in the business 33 years.
22 to go diamond.
22 to go diamond. Do you hear that, man? That's humility. But that's what I'm telling you is I hired Charlie Calv. I'll never give him a paycheck, but I'll surrender myself in servitude, and he'll pour himself back into me because that's the reciprocity. So listen, be guilty as charged, okay? The first thing I do when I leave this room, if you want to be guilty and you want this business to pay you 100% of what it can pay you, be 100% of who it wants you to be. 100% of this opportunity is for you if you'll be 100% the sale. So go online tonight and buy shirts. Order your business cards. The company should call Daniel and say, man, we've seen an influx. It's a write-off, right? Be guilty, because why? I'll wear this shirt, I could get busy doing something, somebody will walk up to me and say, hey, what's for sale? They might have just saw it. I was in Panera Bread in a previous company. I was driving the black Mercedes they gave you, and somebody walked up in the middle of the meeting, crowded Panera. They walked right up to the table and said, can I ask you, whose black Mercedes is that? Well, first, how did they know which table to walk up to? Because we were guilty. We all had the name on. Well, in this sense, when you come into a meeting like this, you should see Viseo, be guilty as charged. Because people are going to see that somewhere else, and you're going to be wearing it, and they're going to walk up to you and say, hey, I've seen that somewhere. Can you tell me about that? That's the easiest prospecting there is. So be guilty as charged, okay? I'm hurrying, man. Give me a second here. Okay. So anyway, back to the W-2 1099. 1099, they're taking your taxes. You're getting paid based on what they tell you you're worth. W-2, find the avenue that allows you to be an independent business person. The minute you signed up, you are that. You understand that? You are in ownership of your own business. Listen, there's people that are dying to get into this country to partake in the great American dream. And you're sitting here today with many to choose from. You should fight for the opportunity to be an entrepreneur and be independent. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you think the lifetime that you're going to live is going to get you, based on being an employee, is going to get you where you want to go, that's not true. The best thing for those people that are approaching, let me tell you a target. Charlie, I'm not robbing anything from Charlie, but here's a fact. The baby boomers are the most influential group of our time. They dictated every buying trend there was. Here's what I also want you to know. When you look at people that have worked so hard in their life to move towards retirement, how are they going to live? It's Social Security for some, but some of us, it won't be there. But here's what I want you to say. They've spent all this money tucking away and being disciplined and doing without and sticking money away so they can fund their lifestyle of their retirement. And I want to tell you something right now. Those are the people that need to be in this business. Any person I ever meet at an RV park where we park our buses, those are all the retired people that are living off of pensions and retirement. I go over there and say, hey, do you have a business? They're like, no, I'm retired. And I go, well, that's crazy. So you're spending your retirement to live your lifestyle when if you would just do my business, you need the product, but if you would just do my business, I'll show you how to reclaim your investment on your retirement money. Did that make sense to you? Why would you spend your lifetime saving money to retire and draw from that well when I can show you how to do it and reclaim the money you're spending? So you get to use your money double when you retire. So the model is good, okay? There's a business inside the business. You guys need to know you're in business. This can change your life, as my wife Stephanie said. I told you about the stages of business. This is important. The stages of business: build, manage, defend, and blame. You ever heard that? By show of hands, anybody heard that?
Yep.
Build, manage, defend, and blame. The build mode is when you first get involved in this business. You come into the business to build, and you have a why, and you're excited, and you have to re-sponsor yourself every day, because when you walk outside, you're going to get robbed of the reason why. So what I'm telling you is, you have to put yourself in a place and put protection around you. And first thing you have to do is re-sponsor and commit to yourself. I'm not letting anybody rob my dream. But the build stage is what we're all in, hopefully. Some of you have been in a little while. I'm going to bring you back to the build stage today. So that when you walk out of these doors today, you are full-blown building Vaseo, because it's your future. Build. Prospecting, pursuing, and sponsoring quality people. There's key to that. Don't go look for people that are desperate. Don't go look for people that you don't really know. Choose wisely, don't be greedy, and don't get in a hurry. You're in the build mode. Listen, if I was opening a company and I'm interviewing people to be my vice presidents, VP left coast, VP right coast, east and west, right? Right leg, left leg in the binary. Who are you going to put in those positions? The best. And you know, tell me your name.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Todd Smith. I'm meeting him for the first time. I'm talking to him. I'm asking questions about him because I'm qualifying what kind of person he is. The fact of the matter is, I can compliment Oki and say, listen, I've watched you. I know that you're a man of character. You walk upright. People listen to you. You're the type of person I pursue and look for in opportunities for business. I don't know where you're at. I'm edifying and complimenting him. I'm very selective, to the point where you need to look for people, not just because they're looking, look for people that meet the standards of what you want to set your company up. When they said prospecting above your social level or higher, economic or social level or higher, it's okay. Say, listen, I might be a simple country guy, but I know that you're sharp. I've watched you. You're a man of character. You have integrity. I sure would love to get a few minutes of your time. What's so hard about that? I have an opportunity. If you know that CBD is forecasted to grow by 700% and go vertical, did you know by the year of 2025 they forecast that 40% of the American population will be consuming CBD?
Wow.
So what I'm asking you is, what other signal do you need, whether or not you're in the right place at the right time? Oh wait, you want for a company to sell it on the stock exchange? Well, you're in the stock exchange. This is your business. You are on the ground floor. I missed Amazon. I missed Dell. I missed, Uber. I missed all that. I'm not missing this. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
So build, manage, defend, and blame. When you get in the manage mode, you're going to start managing your people and say, well, what are you doing today? What did you do yesterday? What did you do? There's a system that's available to you. Now, I'm saying this just openly in front of the entire group. Why do you think the company, when they send you a brand partner package, they send you a little book that says Vaseo Action Plan? That's a culmination of leadership, of years of actually producing success. It's not something they just threw in and say, hey, try this out. It might work. You think Dallin Larson and Kerry Larson are going to leverage the fortune that they've put into this company to take a shot? They are assured. That's why these guys are so committed to doing it. Mm-hmm. There is a season of your life to cultivate.
Yeah.
You're in the cultivating stage. You're plowing the field. You're getting rid of the rocks. You're getting rid of the weeds. Then there's the stage of sowing. Yeah. You sow the seed. And then you sit back and you work for it to harvest. This company is going to be massive.
Yeah. But
they would have never leveraged the wealth and the finances they did if they weren't sure of the timing.
Yeah.
So you're in the right place at the right time. So build is the stage we all should be in today. The manage stage, you don't need to manage people. If they don't have enough ambition or desire for their own destiny, I'm here, you call me, here's my number, and I give them my business card. I tell people this personally, if you haven't sponsored one left, one right, you're a consumer. Even if you got in as a brand partner. When you sponsor one left, one right, you've just done the basic first step of the business. If you haven't done the first steps, then I'll help you bring one right, one left, but right now you're just a consumer of the goods. You manage your people, what's going to happen is they're going to start slowing you down. They're going to start dictating the pace of which you'll build your business. You can't look back at them. You say, listen, I'm the pace setter. I'm setting the pace because I have the fuel, right? My dream, my why is my fuel. Build, manage. Don't get caught in the manage stage. The next stage is defend. I'm defending why my guy is not doing anything. I'm defending her why she's not doing anything. Well, she plays, competition softball, or their sons play soccer. Those are excuses, man. This is a product that everybody needs. Out of the 8 products, I can assure you one of these, everybody we meet needs one of them. And we have to advocate the opportunity for the products. So basically, build, manage, defend. Don't defend your people. Provide them the resources, what they need to move forward in this opportunity. And certainly the last place, which is the most critical, it's basically what I call the death zone, is blame.
Yeah.
I'm blaming somebody. I'm blaming my upline. Listen, if I died tomorrow, I hope the people in my organization would not quit.
Yeah.
That means their dream just wasn't strong enough. Mm-hmm. It's your dream. So this is an opportunity that with or without me, with or without, Ricky and Francois, if they decided to take early retirement, you should still be committed to your dream.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Build, manage, defend, and blame. Please, stay in the build stage. People are happy being around happy people. You get into those other stages of this business, you're going to start wearing it like a bad suit. And when you're wearing a bad suit, I told you about keeping good records. So remember, TaxBot or Deductor. It'll literally give you an opportunity to file everything you spend towards this business, whether it's apparel, whether it's traveling, whether it's a hotel. By the way, they mentioned earlier, I'll give another plug for it. January will be life-changing for Viseo, the company, at our convention. We're so close, we need to have 1,000 to 2,000 people there. Go to work. How many people could be better off with these products? I tell people all the time, hey, are you as healthy as you want to be? And they say, well, who is? I say, name one thing about your health you'd like to change. And they pick something. Why do you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I've launched a healthcare company with my partnership. We just reached top 50 globally out of 4,000, and I've got a line of products that are proprietary, they're unique, and they're disruptive, and they're changing people's lives. Are you worth it?
I love that.
I'm asking you, are you worth it? I don't know what your value is on yourself, but I'm just simply telling you, I know my wife and my kids are worth it, and I know my mom and my dad are worth it, and I know those that I love and care about are worth it. But I'm asking you, it's okay for you to be bold. Because there's people that have illness that you don't know, but if you'll just be a good messenger and advocate an opportunity of health, they'll be drawn to you. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, my wife's telling me to hurry up. Sorry. All right, last one. When do I quit my job? Don't quit your job until you've replaced your necessary income to live off of 4 times. When I got involved in my business, I was making $6,000 a month in my employee position, and hey, man, I found it. And I got good counsel from Charlie Cow. Charlie says after you've replaced your income, after if you've done 4 times that, then you can leave. So I actually had to pray about it. I actually was making $20,000 a month in my last venture, early on, 9-10 months into it. And I said, Lord, if you want me to do this, I'm going to trust you. How foolish is that? I've already replaced your income 4 times. What do you talking about? But I just need to know. And you know what's amazing? I turned in my company car, told them I was retiring to pursue other things, and within 2 months I was making $40,000 a month. Thank you, Lord. Wow. Right? Not because I'm good, because I had something that nobody knew about that could benefit them, and I had to tell them. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Be wise with wealth. This money that you make, be disciplined to reinvest. The money that comes in, treat yourself to 10% of the work you did. But after the 10%, put this money back into your business. Start generating the business. Don't try and pay yourself real quick. Don't go on anything extravagant. There's a model of what you do, and I'm not going to talk about it because Charlie may say something about it, but be wise with your wealth. Don't assume that what you're making today is going to be here forever unless you're willing to match that effort and labor equally or greater than what you're doing to get that amount of wealth. Too many people that make money, this industry, How many people know that besides a rock star, a professional entertainer, or a movie star actor, which I'm not a singer, I can't sing, I can't write music, can't play an instrument, I've not been on any TV shows, so I ixnays the two things I just told you. The third highest revenue source paid out to us is network marketing. It's the third highest paying career in the United States.
Wow.
And you're in the room, so maybe you can sing and do networking. But listen, the most important thing, be disciplined with what you've been given. God chooses the right people to carry a message. If your message is being rejected to some level, not much, but just some level, fine-tune your message. Because you've been given a great gift to communicate the wellness, the better health, the hope. There's people that you don't even know that are suffering and struggling, and you get to deliver something that can change their life. So you're that messenger. But take it seriously. It's a calling on you. If you feel called to be a part of this industry, then you're going to do extremely well because you're doing it for the right reasons. But be wise with it. It is a business. Treat it like a business, okay? And this opportunity will educate you. Every day you should learn. The Bible says the meek shall inherit the earth. That means teachable. Be teachable. Be humble. Learn from the wisdom of these folks. The commitment that's being made. You learn something every day. Doesn't matter how long you've been in this business. Fair enough? Change your mentality from being an employee to an owner. Say, today I own my business.
Today.
And I'm making a list. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you. You're the one that listened. I own my business. See, there's a perception. Well, I'm involved in a supplement company. No, I own my business. I'm a business owner. I happen to be a partner with a company that just got recognized as being one of the top 50 wellness healthcare companies in the world. And they're my partner. Dallin Larson will let you say you're his partner. That's the one thing about the humility of this company. So listen, I appreciate you so much. I'm happy to serve you. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.